for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. A big welcome to all the new subscribers. I've got a quick page today in my ongoing journal. I have all my scraps here. I have more scraps than I know what to do with, but it works out for when I want to really do a quick piece because it lets me just pull and see what I want to do and how I want to do it. So I'm just going to kind of lay some things out and see how I like them before I even start laying them down. That way, once I dive in, I can move right along. Again, I'm just using a glue stick because it's quick and I don't have to wait for anything to dry. This is just one of those discarded books where the binding had split, and so that it was going to end up in the trash. And I grabbed it and said, not yet, it's not. I've got a Kelly Blue Book page here. I think I'll put this one down next. Oh, look, I've got purple on the back of that. You never know with scraps what you're going to find on the other side. I'm going to use my brayer quickly just to go right over these and get them stuck down really well. Another item from the discard pile. If you go by your library, they often have a friends group that does a book sale, and you'd be amazed at the things that people drop off thinking that they're perfectly good. They're really just junk, but nobody wants to throw anything out. Nobody wants to think that that item no longer has any value. Let's see. I think I'm going to take that little corner right off and just keep him interesting and glue that little piece down. So they end up with a lot of books that can't be resold. There's no other way to put it. They're junk. And they are stuck with them. So if you make friends with your friends at the library and tell them that you will take some of the old books that are in really tough shape, you know, give them a couple bucks, buck a bag, they will probably be more than happy to pass on items to you. Like I said, they can't use them if they're in really tough shape. I think I'll do this piece next. Again, I've got something on the back of it too. Stamped on the front, brayer and stencil clean off on the back. That. One thing that is nice to have is an extra brayer. I only have the one. I keep meaning to grab another, but it just never seems to happen. But if you can grab a secondary brayer, then you can have one to use with your gel plate and one that you only use for rolling papers down. And there's no risk that you're going to grab it and have paint be on it when you least expect it. Let's see, let's put, you know what, kind of want an irregular edge on this one. So let's Oh, you know what? I could also put it this way too. I think I'll do that. I think I'll line it right up with the bottom. Grab this little tiny bit. It's got some nice sparkly purple parts. I think I'll just put that right down here. A little bit more. Okay, I've got my base down. Give everything another roll here. You can see how quick this is all coming together. Got my little bits of tissue scraps. I've got a flower. I think I'll tear or cut actually a little bit here. And I'm just going to sloppy cut. It's not going to be right up against. Just want to break up that edge a little bit. And I'm going to go very, very carefully. See? Not as careful as I thought. Okay, so what I'll do then is I'll put the glue stick down here. And I'll lay this down, and I'll just line it back up. It's all going to be fine because it pretty much disappears. Right into the background. That's what I love about tissue. But you also have to bear in mind some tissue is really fragile. This is clearly one of the fragile pieces. Let's see. Got a little scrap of paper that was in the edge of this sketchbook. Just makes for a nice bold pop of white against that old one. And one more piece. This is Tim Holtz printed tissue paper. It's nice and sturdy. I can be a little bit rougher with it. I'm going to line that up, just tuck it right up here. There we go. Everything is down. Let me put my cap on. Now, on top of this, do I want to add anything? Do I like it the way it is? I'm thinking I want to add just some scribble writing to break up the surface a bit. And a nice pop of, this is kind of a violet blue. And it just works nicely with the colors that I have. Give it one more quick roll with the brayer. And I think I need a word. Let's look at what I've got here. I've got a lot of words. You know what? I kind of like quiet time. Ooh, Savor looks nice too because it's about the same colors that I'm using. Let's go with Savor. I have stacks of, again, from the library, discarded magazines. The end of the year, many of the libraries get rid of their old magazines. And you can say you'll take an entire year's worth of Real Simple or Better Homes and Gardens. And then you can sit on a snowy day and cut out words and put them into your scrap pile. And then you'll have them when you're ready. Well, there it is, everybody. About 10 minutes to make this because everything was from my scrap pile. I hope that you will dive into your scrap pile, create some backgrounds if you don't have any to put in your scrap pile, and then make a simple journal page like this. Thanks so much for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy learning at Wild Bird Creative.